AFT's online membership forms for payroll deduction. What if your local could create an online form to sign up potential members and agency fee payers for full membership through payroll deduction? Well, now you can. With AFT's new form console, your local can create online sign-up forms for payroll deduction or e-dues that will run on any smartphone, tablet, or personal computer. With AFT's new form console, your local can create online sign-up forms with custom membership and code categories, legal language that reflects the needs of your local, fields that are specifically tailored to collect all of the information you need, and most importantly, that capture the member's signature. The Form Console gives your local complete control in creating and managing forms and data. You can download PDFs for each membership sign-up. These can then be submitted to the employer just like a traditional membership card. You can export Excel files of all new sign-ups, and you can create and edit forms as needed. Forms can be distributed to building representatives or organizers, so they will always have a form available on their smartphone while talking with a potential member. They can also be emailed directly to potential members. The forms can be posted on your website or sent as a link through text messaging. Forms can even be embedded into AFT's mobile toolkit. Let's take a closer look. The heart of AFT's form console is the membership form itself. This is a typical example of a membership form. The form actually resizes to any device. So for example, on a tablet, the form might look something like this. It will also resize for a smartphone. Typical forms include the name of the local and what type of form this is, a logo. The AFT logo is optional. Language that instructs the user on how to use the form. Basic information that you want to collect on the potential member, such as their name, contact information, mobile phone, personal email. Forms also include custom fields. For example, you can include a field about job title or whether somebody wants to receive text messages. Forms can include as many custom fields as you want. Form also includes having the ability to select membership category. In this case, it's either full dues or half dues or quarter dues. It gives the potential member the option to sign up for COPE. The form includes the payroll deduction authorization language as well as the COPE language. Potential members are asked to print their name and to sign the document. Once the form is completed and signed, the user simply submits the form. Forms can be distributed to building reps and organizers simply by emailing them the URL of the form's location and asking them to save it to their home screen on their mobile phone or tablet. The URL can also be emailed directly to potential members or sent to them as a link through a text message. The real power of the form console happens on the back end. Local leaders or staff who are granted access have complete control in managing their forms and data. This is done through the administrative setup side. Once a user has logged in, the user can see all of the forms that are associated with their particular local. In this case, this is our payroll deduction form. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. There are several things that I can do as an admin with this form. I can view the form, I can edit the form, I can copy a link to the form, which I can then email out to folks, or I can copy some embedded code that will allow me to post this form to my website. You can also view any submissions that have come in on the form by clicking Submissions. This will produce a list of all of the people who have joined by filling out an online form. This list can be exported to Excel, or you can filter the list based on things such as individual names or by date submitted. You can also look at the individual form for any member who is signed up. So for example, if I click on Faith Proctor, I can go to her record and actually export a PDF. This PDF contains all of the information that was collected on the form that the employer needs in order to sign Faith up as a member. This includes the dues amount, the COPE amount, the authorization language, and most importantly, her signature. In addition to viewing all of the information related to submissions, I can also manage all of the information necessary to set up an affiliate. For example, when an affiliate is initially set up, certain information needs to be provided, such as the name of the affiliate, the short version of the name. If this were an e-dues form, there would need to be a bill highway group. We don't need that in this case because it's payroll deduction. What division the local represents that's associated with this form. Next, you need to set up the email information. This section basically covers the email that members get when they click submit, thanking them for joining. Who is the email coming from? Who should be CC'd? Should anybody get a blind CC copy? What is the actual language of the thank you email that they get? Is there any data from the form itself that we want to embed into the thank you email? What is the thank you page that pops up after somebody submits? And what does it actually say? In addition, we need to set up the collection type. The form console was originally set up to do e-dues and COPE, but we've extended that to include payroll deduction. You can have both a payroll deduction form, a payroll deduction and COPE form, or a payroll deduction COPE form only. You can also edit the legal language associated with this local, as well as contact information for who AFT needs to contact in case there is a problem with the system. Also part of the affiliate setup includes PDF options. For example, we have the ability on the forms to collect the full Social Security number and to display that in the PDF files. Some employers require this. We do not actually like to collect this information, but if you want to include it on the PDF forms, you can. Once an affiliate is set up, forms can be created quite quickly. If I wanted to add a new form, I would just click Add New. Several default fields are included on all forms, but you also can decide if you want to have some additional fields included, such as home phone or mobile phone, or if the employer requires it, the Social Security number. You can select to use the default configuration for this local, or you can customize it. In this case, we'll do a customized form, and our payment types will be payroll deduction and COPE. When we do that, we need to create the name of the membership category. You can create any type of membership category you want. For example, we could create an adjunct faculty category. We could determine the amount that's associated with that category, or you could set it up as a percentage base, say 1% of salary. You indicate the frequency of this pull. We'll make it bi-weekly and give it a quick description. For the COPE setup, you just need to add some default options and continue. If you would like to set up a separate billing address, you can. This is generally only used for e-dues and not normally used in payroll deduction sign-up. You can decide whether you want to use the default legal language that was set up with the affiliate, or you can customize the legal language to each specific form. In this case, we'll use the default, and we will also enable the e-signature. We can also make the signature required. In step 5, you can set up custom fields. Custom fields can be either text, numeric, phone, currency, email, date, selection fields, text area, or markup fields. You can also make each of these required. You can have as many custom fields as you want on your form. Finally, in step 6, you need to give your form a title and a header. You can then decide to make the form live. The form we created now appears in the Forms section. To view it, we click on the name of the form and click View. So this is the form that we just created with our adjunct faculty category of membership at 1% of dues, optional COPE, the legal language that was picked up off of the affiliate section, and of course the required signature. Affiliates have complete control in determining which staff or leaders will have access to the back-end form console. At any time, you can delete access or add new users. For more information or to get set up with AFT's online forms, please contact AFT's IT department at sasdesk@aft.org or by calling 202-879-4504.